Namaste Krishna Rao garu.
Morning.
Welcome to IYR Talks English edition. In this episode, we just want to have your expert opinion about after the recent news on TTD, the Laddu affair. Now the situation has turned with the announcement of the former CM of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Jagmohan Reddy garu, on entry into Tirumala temple and asking other people to make a protest, which finally today he dropped out the whole idea and all that. Now the basic question is that allowing people other than Hindus having faith in Hindus or Hindus, so like Christians, Muslims, and others who doesn't have the faith in Hinduism, they have to give a declaration before entering the sanctum, sanctorium of the religious places. Religious places, particularly now this is only confined to Tirumala, because we have this is more very particular in south, particularly in Tamil Nadu and all that. They in certain temples they don't allow anyone without giving a declaration, and also without removing the shirts where it is men and all that. So when such religious fervor is there, even in Tirumala also, declaration is a mandatory thing right from I don't know from since how long. Since you are the executive officer for some time, can you give the reflections of which we Telugu call Anyamatastulu, means other religions people, to give a declaration before going and worshipping or before entering the Tirumala temple?
Yeah, basically, every religion has its own codified systems, practices, which need to be honored when you want to enter the sacred places of that particular religion. These are established over a period of time. TTD, of course, has this special provision, which is quite long, of giving a declaration that he has believed in Hinduism and the God, Hindu gods, before being allowed to have a darshan if he is a person who professes a different religion. In fact, when I was a student, two of us friends from Anantapur went over to have a darshan and just joined the Dharma Darshan queue. And there was a foreigner who was also there. So just we started talking to him. He's an American. We were also young, wanted to know about things. He was quite an open fellow, friendly. So we just kept on asking him questions and answering. And we joined the queue around 11, 12. And by the time we got our turn to darshan, evening 5 or 6. As we were just about to enter the temple, somebody from the officer outside who was monitoring the temple called this man outside. So we were a little disappointed. This fellow came all the way sitting with us for the last 5-6 hours chatting, and now suddenly he may not have the benefit of having a darshan because he's a professor, a different faith. But the person who took him told, don't worry, there's only a declaration that needs to be signed. Once you sign it, you can join the queue at the same place and then have a darshan. So he went, signed it, came back, went with us, and then had his darshan. Sonia Gandhi, when she came, she also signed the declaration. Because, in fact, I was not the EVO then. My batchmate, I.V. Subbarao was the EVO. He told me how much of a trauma he has to undergo at that time because the Bajrang Dal, Vishwa Hindu Parishad were very, very violent coming there and in saying that it should be insisted on. Leaders like Rajsekhar Reddy and others saying, no, what is there? You should allow her to come. She is a great personality, all these things. He says he got a lot of support from the then Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. He was EVO when Chandrababu Naidu was the CM. And finally he insisted and she signed and went without making any fuss about it. That's what he told me at a subsequent time when we met. So to say that it was not there is not correct. But when Rajsekhar Reddy was CM as well as Jagan Mohan Reddy CM, when they went, they didn't sign. Who will ask them to sign unless they themselves sign? Because he is the ultimate political authority. EO functions under him, temple functions under him. So how dare a EO say, yes, you sign, otherwise I don't. That type of a people you can't find. So they had their way. Now, when he is not in power, I mean, even at that time, if he was really wanting to keep up with the traditions of the temple, he should have signed it. The right thing to do would have been to sign and then have a darshan, because that's what is prescribed there. I mean, otherwise you say, I went through a Suddhi process and became a Hindu, then nobody will object. I mean, let him tell that. That's not the issue. So that now definitely it has to be insisted, and then it has to be said. But of course, now he has cancelled his program, that's a different thing. But whoever doesn't belong to Hindu religion, if he wants to have a darshan there, he will have to sign it. I mean, Nehru recollected somewhere, he went to Makkah and wanted to see the mosque, but they were told, since you are not a Muslim, you are not allowed inside, and he came from outside. So that's the system there. I mean, somebody else may have a different system. So whatever is the system, you'll have to follow that, the custom tradition of that particular temple. And this is one of the main conditions of the declaration as far as the Tirumala temple is concerned.
Let's hope at least these practices be strictly implemented in whatever position the visitor is, and let us follow the traditions. Thank you.